Is this Harbaugh's year? What's going on, people? Welcome back to Jack 3 Front. I got another banger video for you guys today. But first off, like, comment, subscribe. Let's be special, baby. Let's be special. So the Michigan football program, very large national brand, well known, a lot of hype around it, a lot of fans nationwide. But recently, the success of the program hasn't quite lived up to the expectations in the national brand as a whole. Yes, I know they just beat Ohio State. Yes, I know that. But let's look at their success in terms of national championships. Their last national championship, 1997, which, alright, 1997, not bad. But all their other previous national championships have come before 1950. That's a while, people. That's almost 70 years ago the majority of the national championships for that program have come from. But this could be the year. I think this is the year that Harbaugh gets this thing turned around and starts possibly competing, for a national championship. I think they're going to beat Georgia. I'm going to talk about how they're going to beat Georgia this year. So it's the playoffs, baby. It's time to put up or shut up. And Aidan Hutchinson wants to be a top draft pick this year. Preferably, he wants to go first overall, which I don't blame him. There's a lot of money in that. But it's time to put up or shut up. I know you were the second in the Heisman voting. I know you've been all Big Ten, absolute stud coming off the edge this year. But it's do or die. It's time to make your mark on the college football playoffs, young man. So if I tell you what, you leave a mark on the college football playoffs this year and secure yourself that first overall draft pick spot, that's a nice check waiting for you. And yes, I know that Georgia's going to be keying on him. They're going to be thinking, oh, well, he's their best edge guy. We got to double team him, and you're going to go against NFL guys from Georgia. Yeah, that's the case, but you're going to be going against NFL guys in the NFL, too. So this is where you're going to prove yourself that, hey, I can compete at the highest level. I can compete with NFL-level guys, NFL-level talent. And I can beat those double teams they're going to throw at us. Because I guarantee you that Georgia's not going to leave him one-on-one with their offensive tackles. They're going to take Zeus. They're going to take Cook. And as they're going out in routes, they're going to chip them. They're going to take the tight end, chip them. There's no way they're going to leave them one-on-one. Michigan's got a super dynamic defensive line. Two first-round pick guys coming off the edge, and I think those guys need to get after the quarterback, get after Stetson Benett. Because Stetson Benett, he's not an overly athletic guy. He's not a game changer. He's more of a game manager, more of an Alex Smith, Ryan Tannehill, Kirk Cousins, kind of a guy that he's as good as the guys around him. And Georgia has elite talent. They're more talented than most of the teams they've played, so they just look better than everybody else. Now, personally, I think if Georgia wants to have a better chance in this game, they'd make the switch to JT Daniels, but I get why they can't. Stenson's the hot hand. He got you there. JT got hurt early on. Stetson stepped in, he's remained healthy, and he's made plays against teams like Kentucky and everything. But look against Alabama, the best competition that they've played. Also Clemson. Well, I guess Stetson didn't play against Clemson, but Alabama, Stetson Benett just couldn't keep up with the scoring. He couldn't keep up with the dynamic Bryce Young, which, yes, I know, Bryce Young, Heisman winner. It's hard to keep up with an Alabama offense for anybody. It's hard to keep up with that offense. That offense will run circles around people. But, let's look at the offense as a whole. Look against Clemson. Clemson, more of a down year for Clemson. The defense is still great, underrated defense, but it just wasn't, the Georgia offense did not look as dominant as they did against Florida, as dominant as they did against Kentucky. So this offense isn't super dynamic. They're going to run the ball out, run heavy offense. They got a big offensive line. Like I said, lots of NFL talent, two dynamic running backs in Zeus and Cook. But I think Michigan's defense is up to the task of stopping that. I think Michigan has some NFL bodies in there, some NFL guys that are going to step up and make plays. One guy that I think is going to make a big difference is Daxton Hill, safety from Michigan. He's former five-star recruit, kind of a in-the-box, kind of hybrid kind of guy where he can stop the run, get a tackle for a loss. He can also play in the secondary, get back, protect the pass. But I think he's going to step up, make one or two big plays on the defense on the back end, whether there's an interception, a tip pass that leads to an interception, a huge tackle for a loss on some sort of sweep. But I think Daxton Hill is going to be a definitive player in this game, and we're going to be able to point the finger as that young man had the game of his life, and he is the reason that Michigan's defense was able to make some big stops, some big turnovers. and beat Georgia. Now, offensively, Michigan, I know Georgia has that intimidating defense, but keep doing what you're doing. It's worked. It's worked. You've got Hassan Haskins. You've got Blake Corum. You've got two backs that have just been able to grind out those yards in the Big Ten. And the Big Ten's not a bad conference by any means. It's some tough football, downhill, stack the box type football up there. So I think they have the bodies, that offensive line's experience. They're going to be able to get some runs there against Georgia. No, they may not be able to run it down their throat constantly, but guess what? You can get a little 4-yard chunk play here, get yourself to 2nd and 6, hit them with the play action, over the top to Roman Wilson, Cornelius Johnson, and there's other guys on that team that can play, and make those big plays. Turn it into a 10-yard gain in the passing play, and just keep on grinding it out. Grind out those plays, those drives, and then hit them with the big shots. That's what they do. Michigan, they grind you out, then hit you with the big shot. Whether it's a reverse pass, play action, just 9-route, go route. That's how they make their big plays on offense. Now, when it comes to Georgia, I think you got to keep Georgia's offense, make them go the entire length of the field. Make them grind it out. Point your fingers at them, say, you're not going to get any big plays on us. Keep everything in front of you. I know they're going to get Pickens back. They're going to get George Pickens, stud wide receiver, who unfortunately tore his ACL in the spring. He came back for the Alabama game, but he just didn't look like the same George Pickens we all knew. But that's just because his first game back, coming off a major injury and an ACL injury. So I think he'll be more up to speed for this game, but keep everything in front of you. Make Georgia grind out those 3-yard, 4-yard chunk plays. Keep those drives alive, and then capitalize when they make a mistake. But overall, I think this is going to be a great matchup. Michigan, great team. They very much deserve to be there. They beat Ohio State. Yes, they lost to Michigan State, but that's because they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit. You can't do that against Georgia. Now, Georgia also super deserving to be there. Had a great year. One of the best in program history. Absolute stellar defense. They got some dudes on that defense that we're going to be seeing on Sundays for a long time. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Georgia and their season. But personally, I think this is just Michigan's year. And I think they're going to be able to grind it out, keep everything in front of you, make Georgia grind it out on the ground, and just capitalize on Stetson Benett not being an elite quarterback, an elite athlete. He's going to make mistakes. He's not going to be able to make some of the throws that he needs to make. You capitalize on that. Get the ball back to your offense, and then your offense, do what you do. Keep doing what got you there. Don't stop. Keep doing what got you to the playoffs. But that's all I got for today, people. As always, have a great day. Tell somebody you love them. Deuces.